So let's bring our hands into this mudra, a triangle. And you're going to bring this up into the third eye. Okay? Here, exactly here. Okay? So out of it. Yeah, perfect. And your eyes are going to look at the tip of the nose. And this is to awaken intuition and awareness of your day-to-day activity, so that you can decide what is right for you and what is wrong for you. You have the power to choose. This will awaken that realization in you. So hands are going to be in triangle, basically right in front of the third eye, and the eye itself is going to look at the tip of the nose. And we're going to chant a mantra, Ong in one breath, and then you inhale, Namo in one breath, and then again you inhale, Guru Dev, and then again you inhale, Namo. So it's Ong, Namo, Guru Dev, Namo, one sutra per breath. Okay, we'll chant once together, and then I'm going to leave it to you, and you go deeper into this and have an experience what it totally means to dissolve and activate intuition inside you. Om. Doing this kriya, you shall see the unseen and you shall hear the unheard. It will give you a very deep experience of the totality beyond the negative mind and the positive mind, and assessing the neutral mind. So I leave it to you now. We're going to do it for a few moments, and here we go. Om. No. Inhale and hold your breath and pull the navel in slightly and roll the tongue and press the upper palate. And it should be hard enough so that you feel some sensations in the third eye, so that this cave of intuition, the cave of Shiva, can be awakened. And very slowly through the nose, exhale. And one more time, inhale, hold. And please pull the navel in and up. Roll the tongue. And also roll the eye, look into the third eye. Press the palate hard so sensations are felt in the third eye. These are locks of life. And if you know these locks, you can easily unlock your life. And slowly exhale. For the last time, inhale and hold. And bring all your awareness into the third eye and instruct intuition to be awakened. Instruct it in devotion, in gratitude, in a mode of prayer. Pray to the third eye to be awakened. And very slowly exhale. Sadhana.
So would you suggest how long to do this for?
Yeah, I would
Please.
suggest, So this whole mantra should not be recited more than 11 times.
Okay.
Okay? So do it 11 times.
11 times.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Okay.
It's not about doing too much. It's not about quantity. It's about quality. So we have people practicing 2.5 hours every day, but constantly they are opening their eyes and looking at the clock, looking at the watch.
Right.
So it's not the quantity, it is the quality. Do little, but totally be available to that Kriya. I mentioned in the morning today, Kriyas are asleep and they need to be awakened. And the only way you can awaken them is to breathe, give them breath, give them prana. So when you inhale in the Kriya, you're not inhaling for yourself. You are inhaling, that breath is an offering to the Kriya to be awakened. And then you give it awareness, you give it dhyana. So giving it prana, giving it awareness, this together awakens the Kriya. Okay? So not about the quantity, it's about the quality. And when you are doing it, be available. I like to use the word be possessed by the Kriya.
I like that too.
You know, you must dissolve. You must not be there. Then the Kriya can become alive. If you are there, the Kriya have no space. You have to become empty. You have to empty the cup for the Kriya to flow through and bringing the gifts along. So for that you have to negate yourself. The path of spirituality is negation. Your small conditioned self must be negated. Then the vasanas can flow through you. Okay? Good.
That was wonderful. I experienced this beautiful mantra in a much deeper way.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
So,
Thank you. What else?
okay. I noticed that you always have them bring us bring our legs out and tap ourselves. What's that all about?
So there are 33 trillion cells in the body from the yogic perspective, and there are 33 trillion gods and goddesses. So every cell of yours represents one god and one goddesses. So we are finding for a god, but all these gods and goddesses is inside us. So by tapping the body, you are just awakening them with the sound current. This relaxes the body, opens you up. And also many of the meditations and many of the kriyas that I do in my classes, most of them are sitting down. So it's always good once a while to stretch the legs and tap yourself, tap the lower back. You know, this is when you tap the navel center. This is where you cook all your emotions. Okay, the lower back here, this is where you store all the emotions. This is your basement. And then your heart center, this is where you project all the emotions. So you're just clearing all that unnecessary emotions which you hold in your body. So that's the aim of this tapping of the body.
Okay. We spoke today about cooking.
Mm.
What was that? I can't remember. You were cooking
Yeah.
different types of foods.
Yeah, so I was sharing in the class that don't limit yoga to just 1.5 hours once a week.
Thank you.
Yoga should become your lifestyle.
Thank you.
Don't make kriya a habit. Don't make sadhana, kriya a habit. Make every habit a sadhana and a kriya.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
This is when we bring yoga out.
Yes.
You know, my whole aim in teaching is to free yoga from the yoga mat.
Good.
And sadhana doesn't mean to close your eyes and sit. Sadhana means to make every act of yours into God consciousness. To put God consciousness, to put awareness into every action that you do.
And also not to only be kind because you're here.
Exactly, exactly. So you're cooking.
Yeah.
When you're cutting your vegetables,
Yeah.
you know, that's cutting the vegetable kriya.
Cutting the vegetable kriya. I
You
love that.
involve the mantra along.
Always.
You do it with awareness. You are driving
Great.
and you are aware.
Yes.
Your breath comes and goes. You're fully awake. Then becomes a driving kriya.
Right.
You know, it becomes a sadhana.
Mhm.
You know, you're taking a walk. You bring the mantra and the breath along.
Mhm.
Then it becomes a kriya. So every ordinary act, the process of making it into a kriya is called a sadhana. I'm going to repeat my words again.
Please do.
The one that I just spoke just now.
Yes.
Don't make sadhana a habit. Make every habit a sadhana. Don't make kriya a habit. You know, you make a kriya a habit. For example, sata nama, sata nama. It becomes a habit, right?
Mhm.
With time, you're not available, but your hands are moving.
Mhm.
It has become a habit.
I know, and it's
So
sacred.
don't make it a
I
habit.
mean, it's sacred.
Yeah, make every kriya, make every habit a kriya. So walking becomes a kriya. Now what we are doing now, this is also a kriya.
Absolutely.
Not necessarily this was the kriya, this is also a kriya.
This is a kriya.
Yeah. So bringing yoga out of the smallness and making it part of your daily life.
Yes.
This is what it means that Kundalini Yoga is the yoga of a householder.
Mhm.
Not because he gets up 2.5 hours early in the morning. Not because of that. Not because he do a practice daily. No. Because his every household act has a yogic touch to it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I
That is
only
what
look
it
at the
means.
definition.
This is what householders means, the yoga of the householders.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah.